Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. My name's Alicia and I'm a mum to 4 beautiful babies, all the way from 10 years old down to newborn. In today's video I'm going to be talking you through what's in my diaper bag. I love watching these kind of videos for like inspiration on what to pack. So I have a 10-year-old, an 8-year-old, a 3-year-old and a newborn baby. So there are 4 children and 2 adults in our family. So I usually have 2 changing bags depending on the day. So I have this big giant heavy bag for when I'm going out with all 4 children, or even if it's just me, my baby and my toddler. I usually take this big giant one, and then I also have a smaller bag that looks like this, and I usually just take this out if it's me and baby in the daytimes because I don't need everything that I have in the big bag. So in today's video I'm going to talk you through what's in my big giant bag for all 4 children, and then in a separate video I'm going to do what's in my changing bag for me and my newborn. So I will link that up here, or I will link it in the description below if you are interested in watching that one too. So let's get started and unpack my diaper bag. I'm already out of breath because this bag is so heavy, but I got this bag from Amazon. It is so handy because it is really sturdy. So it has like a bone structure inside, so it doesn't flop down on itself, which I love. It has so many different compartments. It's literally like lifting a weight right now, but it has so many different compartments. I'm going to show you all of them, but I have so much packed in this to make sure that our days run smoothly if it's all of us out and about. So starting in this compartment at the front, it has one zip and a little compartment here. So in here I keep my change, and I keep like £1 in case I need it for a trolley, because in the UK you have to put £1 in trolleys to be able to use them. So I always have £1 in there, and any change or loose things that go straight in there. Then on the other side of it is the back. So in the back I have a book for my toddler if we are out and about, just one of those That's Not My sensory books, really easy and small to fold up if we are around and he's getting bored. I also always keep my reins in here for him. He is getting better at walking independently, but sometimes we just need to put the reins on and that's okay. So I always have a spare pair of reins with me. And then I also in here have a portable nappy changing pad. Now I don't use this too often, but when we are out and I need to change baby's nappy, I'm not very fond of just laying her on the changing mat, so I like to put one of these down, or like a paper towel if we are out and about and I can't do it in the car. So that's everything that is in the back pocket. And then we also have a front pocket here. So this bag is amazing for this because when you open it up you will see that it has a perfectly placed nappy caddy station. So if I hold it up, you can see it has like a waterproof section for nappies with a zip. So I keep all of my nappies and wipes in this part for both of my little ones. And then it has a zip here, and you can put any dirty nappies or wet clothes in here, which is such a good invention for a changing bag. So I really like this bag for that. So I keep nappies and wipes and sort of other changing bits in this front bit here. It's nice, easy access, and then anything that's wet can just go straight in there, and when we get home we can deal with it. So let's look inside. So inside of here it is absolutely ginormous, and it has so many different compartments, so it's really handy. So everything that I have in here is an absolute necessity. It might seem like I have so much, but I just like to be prepared for every scenario. So starting with this side compartment here, I have everything to do with dining. In this Ziploc bag I have snacks that we will need. I always have some of these Biscoff biscuits because they are my toddler's favourites, and they are such a good bribe if he is not behaving. I keep raisins, and then also I might put some fruit in fresh on the day. And then at the bottom of this bag I always try and make sure that we have toddler cutlery. You will know if you are a mum or a parent that when you eat out with children they only have the big cutlery. It can be really tricky for them to use, so I like to make sure that I take his cutlery with us, and that way when we're eating out he's just able to use his normal cutlery and we don't need to sit and feed him, so that we can also eat. Then I also keep a spare snack plate because little fingers and glass plates are a nightmare, and most restaurants don't don't provide plastic plates. So I always keep a spare plate in here. That way there's just no risks and no plates are going to be smashing on the floor. I also always have a spare beaker with me, an empty one, because of course he can't drink out of a glass, or he could drink out of a glass, but again the risk of him dropping it is just not worth it. So I always keep a spare beaker with us. And I also have a bag of any spare toys that would be suitable for a table. So we have a spare pair of keys, because when I'm driving he can get a little bit restless, so he likes to use his keys and pretend that he is driving. And we have a couple of cards and a couple of soft dinosaurs, so that if they're banged on the table they wouldn't make too much noise. But I like to swap these around every now and then so that he's not getting bored of what's in here, but they are suitable to be taking out and about, and it doesn't matter if they get lost. Then I also always have a spare carton of juice, or 3 cartons of juice in my case, for all 3 of my children, just in case we're somewhere and they get thirsty or they need a little bit of sugar. I like to give them some juice. And I always keep spare wipes in here for sticky fingers, and I also like to keep these little snack boxes, and I fill them up with things like nuts or fruits before we head out. Mostly cranberries actually. My children have really been loving cranberries and raisins, and then they can just open them up and eat them wherever we are. The lid goes back on and they stay fresh for the rest of the trip. Okay, so that was everything that is in the side pocket inside, all to do with dining and snacking. That was mainly for like toddler and older children. So inside, in one of the side pockets, I always of course keep a hand sanitizer. I also have a spray hand sanitizer, and that is downstairs at the moment, but I usually take that out with us because sometimes my toddler will put this on his hand and then he will lick his fingers, and obviously not good for him, but also tastes gross. So I have a spray sanitizer as well. Then I also always keep in here a sun hat for baby girl, because when the sun comes out and I'm baby carrying, it can really get in her eyes, and obviously she can't wear sunglasses. So I like to keep a sun hat in here. And in all of my bags and in the car and in the buggy I have a wrap. So I own lots of baby wraps because I really like to baby wear. So I always keep this wrap in here specifically for this bag. It's black, so I know it's going to go with every outfit, and if baby's getting restless in the buggy I pop her straight in the wrap and it works really, really well. Then I also have a spare bottle of ready-made formula. So my baby is breastfed, although we do sometimes combi feed her depending on the occasion. I do pump and express, but sometimes it's just easier to give her a little bit of ready-made formula. So I always have one of these to go. For example, if my husband is watching the baby and the toddler and I'm getting my nails done, there's nowhere to thaw milk, so we just use one of these ready-made formulas. And then I'm not going to unpack it all because it will take me forever to roll it back in, so I will show you. But in the bottom here, if you can see, I have all of the spare clothes rolled up into the bottom in order. So I always have a spare outfit for each child in the bottom of here, even for my 10-year-old, because things happen, not like toilet accidents when you're 10, but sometimes he might spill food or drink down him or fall over in mud or roll down a hill, who knows. So I like to have all spare outfits for them in the bottom of the bag, and that way if they get messy it's absolutely no problem at all. They can have all the fun they want to and we can just get changed afterwards. Then in my side pockets I like to keep everything that is medical. So in this side pocket here I have my son's asthma pump, so I like to always make sure that we have this with us. And I also have a dummy clip for our baby. She sometimes takes a dummy, sometimes she doesn't, and if she doesn't it needs to have a clip on because she just spits it out and it flies. So I like to keep a clip on here as well. Then right at the bottom I always like to have a dummy, and I like to have one in a silicone case so it stays nice and clean inside. I sterilise them before I leave, pop them straight in this case, and they are nice and clean and ready to go. So then I also have this bag here, and this bag is what I would like to call my mummy pouch. It's everything for me inside that I need. So I like to throw everything in here and then I know where everything is, but it's nice and big inside. It's just like one of those Look Fantastic makeup bags, and inside of here I have so much that I need for myself. So I have lip gloss, which to me is a necessity because I hate having dry lips. Then I always have a spare packet of chewing gum because I'm always afraid of having bad breath around people, so I like to have a packet of chewing gum in there. I carry doggy poo bags with me, and the reason why is because they are so versatile. So if we have our dog with us, obviously we'll use it for poo bags, but if there's an accident, I pop nappies in here, clothes in these. They're nice and waterproof, and I generally find they're a bit better than the typical like nappy sacks that you can buy, so I like to have these. Then I have my Sudocrem in here, so absolute staple product, an oldie but a real goodie. I use it for everything: cuts, grazes, sunburn, bug bites. I use it for this, so this is amazing. Then I also always make sure that I have a claw clip with me, because there is nothing worse than when you are out and your hair is in your way and you're trying to play with your children and the hair is in the way. I like to have a claw clip, and then I also always carry a hairband in here as well. I have a nail scrubber, which is bizarre, but if you're a mum, you'll know. So I like to carry this because when we go to the park or to the woods, the children can get quite messy. If we're going to a farm, for example, I don't like under their fingernails to be really dirty for when they're touching the baby. So I give them a quick scrub with this and pour a bottle of water over them, and their hands are clean and ready to go. So I love having this, and I also sometimes will use it for shoes as well if they get really muddy before we get in the car. Then I have another clip, but one that looks like this, and I like to use this for a combination of things. So also for my hair, but I will use it to pin the top of bags like this if there is an accident in the bag. These are really helpful. They're just like the hairdresser clips, but I find them to be really helpful for lots of things, so versatile. And I always like to take some earbuds or some Q-tips out with us. Again, I like to clean my ears very often. However, these are really useful for things like if your children have a Paulie or they have perhaps been bitten by something. I like to use one of these to put any cream on. I always like to keep my hand cream with me, and I have been loving this brand. I think it's by M&S. So it is all lavender fragrance, so nice and natural, and I love this for my hands because I don't like to have dry hands when we are around. Then I have some lavender spray also, and I actually have a lavender balm, but it's in my bedroom at the moment, and I like to have lavender with me. I love essential oils, and I find that they really help to calm me down if I'm feeling anxious. So I like to just spray this in the air, spray it in the car, my clothes, whatever. I like to use this for lots of occasions when you're going out with lots of children. Again, I have some more cream, some more lotion, lavender fragrance. All of my children love this. So if they're feeling a bit car sick, I like to put this on them. And also if they are feeling car sick as well, I like to use this. So it's a lavender essential oil balm, and you roll it around, and I like this for them because it's natural and it's just an essential oil. So I don't like to give them medicines if they don't necessarily need it. So I like to go the natural route first with them. And then for myself as well, I always like to carry this. This is a necessity for a mum. It's called Forehead if you don't know what it is, and you just roll it over your forehead or wherever you have a headache or something like that, and it is amazing. It will cool you down straight away. I tend to get migraines quite often. I don't know if it's a medical thing or a mum thing where I have 4 loud children, but I like to have this because it really helps me to not be overstimulated. Then last but absolutely not least are my Loop earbuds. They are downstairs at the moment, and my baby is taking a nap downstairs, so I daren't go down there, otherwise she will wake up. But I will put a video on the screen for you right here. So I love these earbuds. They are so good for mums. They help me to not be overstimulated, and this isn't sponsored. This is just a genuine mum recommendation. I love these earbuds so much. They don't reduce all of the noise. They only reduce it by a certain amount of decibels, and I find myself getting overstimulated by noise so often with having 4 children, and it can make me be quite snappy, and I like to be a really patient and calm mum. So the noise and being overstimulated can make me behave in a way that I don't want to. So I pop this in my ears when everyone is being a little bit loud for me, and they help me to remain very regulated with my children. I'm able to really focus on my breathing and my own voice, and I can still hear everyone. It just stops the outside noise. So they come everywhere with me as well. So that is the end of what's in my diaper bag for my 4 children with my newborn video. I really hope you liked it and I hope it was helpful. As I said, I'm going to do another video on what's in my diaper bag for me and my newborn when it's just us two. So feel free to check out the description and I will add in the link down there to that video that will go live at the same time. I really hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. I'm uploading 3 times a week now. I'm on maternity leave, so lots of content coming. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in my next video.